the right outdoor cookware, you can really expand the kinds of foods you can make outdoors. They can help solve typical grilling challenges like handling delicate seafood or grilling mixed vegetables and cooking for crowds. Specialized gear for your grill can make a world of difference.
We set out to find the best gear for grilling, testing a wide variety of products, as you can see. We tested products designed to take your outdoor cooking experience to the next level.
But which gear is worth getting and which should you skip? Let's get grilling.
First, a few words of warning. Skip the non-stick. We saw a ton of non-stick coated grill cookware when we were shopping for this lineup. In our previous testing experience, we have found that these coatings will burn off.
The grill is a harsh environment. Grills reach over 600 degrees at their surface, and typical non-stick coating starts to break down and off-gas fumes at around 500 degrees. So once that coating was ruined, the bare metal underneath started to rust.
Don't waste your money on non-stick grill cookware. It's just not durable. Instead, go for uncoated, sturdy stainless steel, carbon steel, cast iron, and other materials that will last for years.
Along the same lines, while we love grilling with our plain cast iron pans, we don't use our enameled cast iron cookware on the grill. You can do it, but you're going to damage that beautiful, colorful enamel finish.
Yeah, if you want to put your $500 Le Creuset on your grill, more power to you, but we do not recommend it because that beautiful enamel coating will get black and sooty and it can crack. We typically take our regular plain cast iron cookware from indoors to outdoors and use it on the grill. That's fantastic. But today, we are talking about cookware made specifically for cooking on the grill.
When you're cooking on the grill, some foods present a problem. Small pieces of vegetables and meat, they always want to fall in the fire. Fish breaks up. Enter grill baskets and trays.
Both styles have holes in them to let smoke and flavor through, but they keep all of the food contained, and you don't need to weave everything individually onto a skewer, so it's much easier.
And you're not going to keep wasting disposable aluminum foil. Plus, foil sometimes rips and tears. And that's the appeal of a grill basket.
But we didn't love all of them.
No.
This right here in front of me is the Outset Chef's Jumbo Outdoor Grill Basket 2-in-1. This 2-in-1 steel mesh skillet and saucepan can supposedly be used separately or fit together for flipping and tossing food around, like this. It's a great idea, but it was ruined by janky construction. Part of the hinge arrived broken. After we fixed that, it was still hard to fit together and hold the two halves together. It was also fussy to clean. Look at all these nooks and crannies. And I have to say one thing, I think a lot of grilling gear is designed for men.
Yeah.
This handle is so broad and painful on the hands. I don't think they had any small-handed testers, so hey, women grill too.
Yeah, we do. And this thing is heavy, empty. You put food in there and you're just like dying. It's very uncomfortable. Yeah. It's miserable. Taking these things on and off is a pain. You can't do it one-handed. Okay, I just hate that thing.
Enough about that
Don't
one.
buy it. Here's another one we really don't like. It's called the Weber Large Grilling Basket. Yeah, it's not that large. It may be large this way, but there's about 1/4 inch of space for the food in there. And it's like a box spring. These coils are so tight, right?
Oh yeah, it's not like there's a ton of give to expand around something.
Not at all. And you pinch it open and you lay fish or food in there. And then anything really small is still going to fall through these giant holes.
If a round of zucchini went that way, it would,
through these spaces.
Easy peasy.
So it's not that baskety a basket, it's too loose, and then it's too tight vertically. So to close it, you pinch it down like that, and it digs into the food. We made fish in this, and it just dug into the fish as it cooked. And then when we went to open it, it ripped hunks out of the fish. So your beautiful grilled fish, it's a pain. The one virtue it has is it does hold food very securely, and you can flip the whole thing over like that. But then try getting it out, and then try detailing all these little box springs later in the sink. You're in there with a toothbrush. No thanks, it just ruined my dinner.
Here's some grill cookware that did work. These all share sturdy, simple designs that held food easily and were simple to handle and easy to clean. Let's start with the Weber Deluxe Grill Pan. This simple perforated steel tray is easy to use and clean. It's flat with small holes that keep food out of the fire. We made fish, vegetables, all incredibly easy.
We also loved Vencino Kitchen's set of 3 baskets. They're all stainless steel. So these things are really sturdy, really comfortable, easy to grab with these little handles that stick out. They fit neatly together on the grill if you're going to use more than one at a time. And when you're done, you just can wash it in the sink or it goes right in the dishwasher. Just throw in whatever you want to cook. You don't have to mess with foil packets, no skewers. They're great.
If you can tell she loves these things, she bought them before she was done testing.
Yeah, I just went ahead and ordered them. I'm in love. And we use them all the time. It's great.
There you go. Another one we loved, the Braze stainless steel adjustable grilling basket. This thing is very clever.
So these are super easy to change the height of. You just squeeze them and move them to where you want them. And there's actually like 3 or 4 different positions, 4 different positions. So you can make this nice and snug for anything that you're cooking, whether it's one steak or I've thrown a bunch of vegetables and chicken in there, and it holds
Chicken
everything.
drips over the veggies while it cooks.
Super delicious. And then you can just flip the whole thing. And the handle comes off and on with one hand. You can just slide that in with one hand and it clips right on. So that allows you to close the grill so the basket's fully inside and gets nice and hot, but then the handle is not hot and it's not propping the lid open.
So the Braze achieved what the Weber set out to do. This just did not have enough room for the food, and this did, and it's adjustable. So you could do, nice thin red snapper fillets or chunk it up for a T-bone if you're treating yourself. Like Lisa said, cooking some meat over veggies layered in here so the juices run through. Absolutely amazing. And also, look at how many detail nooks and crannies there are. You don't have that here. There are a lot of them, but you can wash cleanly along the wires on all sides. Just a heck of a lot easier to clean.
So grilling trays and baskets, the right ones will make your life easier. Flat top grills are all the rage, but you do not need to buy a whole second grill to make your favorite smash burgers or grilled cheese or stir fry or breakfast foods. We tested 2 griddles that turn your gas or charcoal grill into a temporary flat top so you can have the best of both worlds.
Let's start with the Weber Crafted Griddle. Right in front of me, this big square of carbon steel is very roomy, so you get tons of space to cook foods. You could cook a dozen eggs over here and some bacon over here. Carbon steel, in particular, browns food beautifully because it transfers heat more fiercely than stainless steel. Our favorite flat top grill, for example, has a carbon steel surface.
There's a couple things you need to know. This thing arrives unseasoned, and you have to clean it and oil it and heat it up to season it before the first use.
This one here is unseasoned, so it hasn't blackened, it hasn't started to develop that patina on it yet.
If you don't do that, it will rust. So we did it indoors in the oven, just like a baking steel, but you can do all the seasoning and maintenance right out on the grill.
It's nice, it can be smoky.
So when we were making a lot of bacon on this and some grease was pooling up, it wasn't moving away from the food. And when you push it with a spatula into this little bitty hole, it's going to drip down. There's no catcher for it. So it's going to go into the body of the grill. I didn't experience any flare-ups when I was testing this, but later I checked the little grease trap at the bottom of our gas grill and that little pan was full. And you got to remember to check that because that is where you're going to get a little bit of a
fire hazard, yeah. And that's one quibble we have with this one. It's heavy. Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another quibble.
But you love this guy, the little griddle, right?
I really did. I love the way smash burgers browned on that carbon steel. It was amazing. This guy, a little bit of a compromise. It doesn't brown quite as intensely as that, but this is the little griddle kettle Q. And it's made entirely of stainless steel. It's a lot lighter. It is portable, so you can clean it in the sink and you can use it right out of the box. You don't have to season it first. I do love this down here. They have this whole system for lifting it off the grates and having the heat travel around so it gets nice and evenly hot. It's a nice big stainless steel surface. It has a backstop.
You're not going to lose your precious burger over the edge, yeah?
You cannot push it.
God
you can also, get under it and, get the spatula under things. And this grease trough could hold a whole pig.
Let's do a side-by-side here.
Yeah.
And it doesn't drain into the fire.
No, it stays right there. So you can just, move the grease off of the surface and into the trough, and it doesn't drain into the grill. It stays in there, and this would hold quite a lot. and then you can just take it out later once it's cooled down.
So you don't have the same potential flare-up issue. And
Right. Oh, so this one is rounded, so it can fit right on a charcoal grill kettle. They make one in a rectangular shape so that you can put it, more efficiently on a gas grill. But, I use this one on the gas grill too. You just move it on, put it where you want it, use it, and you're done. So that's kind of a nice thing. It fits really neatly on either grill. We made everything on this, from smash burgers, pancakes, eggs, bacon. It was a good little flat top, and you don't need to buy a second whole grill.
So bottom line, the Weber crafted griddle, amazing, beautiful browning. It's a little heavier, and we didn't love the grease drainage, and you will have to deal with seasoning. But the browning is truly gorgeous. Over here, the little griddle kettle Q, lighter, a little more portable, wash it right in your sink, which is fantastic. Really nice browning, and a heck of a lot of fun with great grease drainage situation there. Next up, Lisa, let's talk about unicorns. And I'm not talking about the ones my 5-year-old loves. We're talking about single items that only do one job, but they do it beautifully.
First, the Weber rib rack. You can barbecue up to 5 full racks of ribs at once and still have space on the grill to make other food. Now, ribs take 4 or 5 hours to cook, so why not make a bunch at once and then vacuum seal and freeze any extras to reheat later?
Whoa, pro tip.
Yeah, I did that, and it was amazing because you could just pull out a rack of ribs on a weeknight and you put it in the oven on a sheet tray, heats up in about half an hour because they're thin. Amazing.
And like we said, this is great for cooking a lot for a crowd. You could never spread 5 racks across a grill. Most grills won't hold that. This holds them upright, saves space, both sides cook at once, and it actually does develop that delicious bark. We had to test for that, of course.
Yes.
Big handles help you turn the rack. Big loops are spaced perfectly to keep the rack separate for excellent heat circulation. It's super easy to clean, and you can even flip it over to hold a roast. Happy Thanksgiving.
There you go. I love this thing. I think it's terrific if you're going to cook. If you're out there already, why not make a bunch of them? And they don't slip around. A lot of them are made with these pieces too close together or not big enough so that you get the rack in there and it's falling off the side. This has got a nice support system. We were able to prop them this way and then turn them that way in the same space.
Unfortunately for my dog Tanner, you're not going to be dropping any ribs on the ground with this thing.
Okay, this guy, definitely a unicorn. It's for grilling oysters. This is the oyster bed. This is the petite size. It holds 6. They make another one that holds 12. Now you can simply just put whole oysters right on the grill grate, but they pop open, and then when you go to move them, you can spill all that delicious
Liquor.
The
Don't
liquor.
they call it the liquor?
Yes, and it will just spill right down the grill. This pan holds them all upright, and if anything spills, it just traps right into this little groove, and it makes a nicer presentation as well.
And you drench them in butter, and then it melts and cooks in butter, and then you can dip bread in there.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you can actually, you can do them whole, or you can do them on the half shell with some nice, oysters Rockefeller type thing, or put
Yeah, and
crab
you can
meat in.
serve right from the pan, or cook other seafood in it, and you can use the well for sauces. This can also be chilled for serving oysters raw on the half shell.
So this pan is easy to clean, and it's made of cast aluminum, so it's very solid, but it's lightweight and it's easy to handle.
It is a little on the pricier side, but if you love grilling oysters like we do, you might want to check it out. Finally, here are some tips and tricks for using all this grill cookware. First of all, get a half sheet tray. If you don't have one already, you will love it for your indoor cooking too, but we specifically love these for grilling because perforated and mesh grill baskets are by definition, they have holes in them, so they can drip juices, anything you don't want on your floor, to and from the grill. It can make a real mess. So we loved when they fit perfectly on this rimmed baking sheet. It was just super easy and tidy to transport them, especially because they can be hot too. So it gives you something to hold on to.
And we like to say, oil the food, not the cookware. So use plenty of oil to keep that food from sticking. On stainless steel, it will stick a little bit, but once the metal's hot, it really doesn't stick much. And if it does stick a little, pretty easy to scrub clean. Just grab some Barkeeper's Friend, and that will take off any of the brown spots, if that bothers you. You can cook perfectly well, even if they are browned.
Another tip, we found that cleanup is huge for these. If it's hard to clean, you're not going to use it, and some of them were really hard to clean. It really comes down to the nooks and crannies. What is that, like an English muffin? But hey, it's true. Remember, English muffin, nooks and crannies are a good thing there, not in your grill cookware. We preferred things that you could fit in the sink. That made it super easy to clean, and some were even dishwasher safe. That was really, really easy to clean.
So now you've seen the ins and outs of outdoor cookware.
Do you have any great grill cookware tips? Let us know in the comments.
For more information on all the gear we talked about today, check out the links below or head to americastestkitchen.com or check out the ATK app.
And make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode.
We'll see you out by the grill.